mistrust among people and poison social interaction. The discovery of numerous individual and mass graves in a wooded area near Izyum caused international scare and horror. In one place alone, 450 buried bodies were counted. These bodies were exhumed and closely examined to determine the cause of death and the identity of the person killed. Many had starved to death, others had been executed after being severely tortured. The body of the Ukrainian children's book author, Volodymyr Vakulenko, was found in grave number 319. His diaries, hidden in his garden, were dug up by his friend Victoria Amelina and published, as you see, also in German. Vakulenko's notes document the terrible everyday life of the Russian occupation and give a good impression of his fears. At the end of June 2023, Amelina was also killed by the impact of a Russian missile while visiting a restaurant in a shopping center in the city Kramatorsk. Ukrainian literature lost its talents once again. After Bucha, Izyum is now one of the most notorious sites of Russian war crimes systematically committed against civilians. This is a painful reminder that war is not only about the bloody fighting and shooting on the front, but also about occupation. All those who are now calling for Ukraine to exchange land for peace should keep in mind that this means permanently handing over millions of Ukrainian citizens to the Russian violence that aims to eradicate everything Ukrainian from the public sphere and from people's minds. Izyum was liberated in September 2022 during the Ukrainian counter-offensive in the Kharkiv region. Today, the town is less than 50 kilometers away from the current front line. It is repeatedly the target of Russian drones, missiles and bombs because the Ukrainian army uses the town for its logistics. There are now 27,000 people living in Izyum again. Ukrainians and international NGOs have already set up rebuilding the town. However, large parts of the city are still in ruins, but we will get more information about it later on. Since the Revolution of Dignity here in Germany, also known under the hashtag Euromaidan, during the bitterly cold winter of 2013 and 14, one of the most active civil society in Europe has emerged in Ukraine. These social initiatives, in which millions of Ukrainians are involved, take on important functions where government agencies fail or overwhelmed by the many tasks at hand. Civil society has therefore become a political asset in Ukraine. It contributes to strengthening the sense of community, organizes solidarity, plays a significant role in Ukrainians' admirable resilience, and conveys confidence that Ukraine will continue to find its own way to Europe and into the world of the 21st century along the road of democracy. When the Kiev-based human rights organization Center for Civil Liberties received the Nobel Prize in 2022, it was a recognition and appreciation that went to the entire Ukrainian civil society. The two Ukrainian NGOs, Two Ukrainian NGOs act also as the main organizers of the Izyum recovery project we are looking at in this evening. The first initiative is called ZMINA. This is an internationally well-known and well-connected organization which aims to promote the human rights, the rule of war, and the ideas of civil society. ZMINA's activities include advocacy for the at least 20,000 Ukrainian children kidnapped and deported by Russia, includes a strong interest in the fate of the oppressed Crimean Tatars, and support for the many Ukrainians suffering from trauma, anxiety, and stress-related disorders. The second initiative that maintains a close relationship with ZMINA is IZOLYATSIA. This is a platform for cultural initiatives founded in 2010 on the site of a former insulation factory based in the city of Donetsk. That's the metropolis in the Donbass. The foundation takes its name from the original Soviet manufacturing company. IZOLYATSIA, also Isolation, aims to effect systematic change in Ukrainian society through the agency of cultural projects. Besides supporting emerging Ukrainian artists, IZOLYATSIA also invited international artists who create site-specific works in dialogue with the local communities in Donetsk and IZOLYATSIA's narrative and architectural history. In June 2014, the territory of the factory was seized by armed representatives of the Russian Federation and by the so-called separatist forces. The foundation IZOLYATSIA had to move to Kiev. A part of its great art collections were lost or destroyed. To this day, IZOLYATSIA remains